Good morning, everybody, and we have a final from Lambeau. The Green Bay Packers have fallen to the Tennessee Titans 27-17. And with that, I don't want to declare the end of the Packers season, but it is not looking good. So 4-7, they fall to. If you're going to make the playoffs, you're going to need to go 10-7, and that might not get you in. So we'll look big picture coming up here. But right now, the Packers do lose to Tennessee 27-17. And that's the funeral we'll have tonight. Twitter's not ending. Twitter's okay. So trying to watch this game, everyone's tweeting their favorite tweets ever. Twitter's not ending. Elon is not. Am I crying? It looks like it. I'm not, but what the fuck? It does look like I'm crying. So 75%, it's the HD camera. 75% of Twitter employees, I guess, quit tonight. And they think that Twitter's going to be gone because of it. I just want to remind you, bro, 96% of the employees at WSSP got let go in August. And that's still a station. So Twitter will be just fine. This is a Friday edition of the show, which means we are brought to you by Golden Chicken, 414-427-5500, 414-427-5500. Golden Chicken. Bob's in the stream. I don't know if he wants to talk or not. Bob, are you there? Or are you just stalking? What's up? All right. Watch on YouTube if you're going to not talk. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Watch on YouTube if you're going to come into the StreamYard, then you're talking. If you're going to just watch, you can watch on YouTube. Makes it easier to keep things moving. Brian says, enjoy your Little Caesars pizza and you'll feel better. Thank you for everybody who I wish Twitter was over because so many people, tweeted me the picture of a larger man with a red beard in Rams gear. I will wear anything for $1. I do have my Packers shirt on. I got my Bart Star hat, as if that even matters. Byron says, this game looked like McCarthy's last game against the Cardinals. Nobody cared his last game in Green Bay. I think here's my overall thoughts on this football game against the Tennessee Titans. The Packers have a lot of talent on this football team. They absolutely do. Aaron Rodgers, that first touchdown he had to Watson where he baited the Titans right between quarters 1 and 2, right before the first quarter ended. Only he does that. Only he has the awareness. Only he gets everyone up to the line. Only he has a fetish of doing that. But then only he makes that throw. He put the ball where Watson needed to get it. Only he does that. So Rodgers, for everything that we've said about him and for his mistakes, and he made some at the end of the game. I think in the fourth quarter, I don't know if he got Brett Favre Giants cold or what, but he started slipping a little bit. The ball to Lazard was no good. The ball to Watkins was no good. So he started slipping a little bit as I'm watching Derrick Henry gallop around the stadium for the Titans fans that were in attendance. Fantastic. Awesome. So I think that the team has talent. I mean, Aaron Jones is good and Christian Watson's emerging and there are good people on that offensive line, even though they don't play like it. A.J. Dillon is better than this. The receivers are better than this. The defense, it's a crime. Only Joe Barry could make the defense this bad. This defense is loaded with talent. Loaded with talent. But only Joe Barry could get them to do nothing. I mean, the Titans are not a team that throws the football. They want to run Derrick Henry. That's what they want to do. And they ran Derrick Henry tonight. He had 28 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Is that a win? Is that a win for you? 3 yards a carry? Is that a win? I mean, how much time did he eat up? The Packers had the ball for 90 seconds in quarter number 2. And plus, Derrick Henry, 28 carries. They sucked him in. They sucked you in, the defense. They sucked you in where he did a jump pass to Hooper. So if Joe Barry's game plan was let the Titans passing game beat us, That's bad. Just tackle Derrick Henry and keep them one-dimensional. Instead, Ryan Tannehill goes 22 of 27, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns. Treylon Burks is 7 for $111. Robert Woods is 6 for 69. These are not stats that the Tennessee Titans should be putting up on you. These are not stats. There was a good tweet that I saw from one of the reporters that covers the Packers, I think Cassidy Hill. And Ryan Tannehill had 4+ completions of 30+ yards, and then that last one at the very end. So 5+ completions of 30+ yards. That's not the Tennessee offense. They only do that if you're absolutely going to give it to them. And that's what happened. I mean, this was a really bad game. And I think there's a lot of things of like, well, what happened? Was it bad talent? Was it bad? This team, I just don't think knows how to get the most of their guys. I don't think they know how to execute. The execution was poor. Even when LaFleur called the timeouts with 5 minutes to go, he starts calling timeouts because the clock's going to stop at 5 minutes on out of bounds in the fourth quarter. So smart to know that. And that's what I would have done in Madden. You know, I want to keep as much time on the clock and then score and then figure it out. I'll figure it out later. But I want to keep I got to keep this game going as long as possible. But then when they go out there, you're just lollygagging around. It took you 2 minutes to even get close to half field. And then you get a 4th down and you run it right away to Aaron Jones and he gets stuffed and it's over. So if you're going to do 5 minutes, no timeouts, down 2 scores, you got to have urgency. And there was none of that in the fourth quarter from the Packers. The drive before that, they were playing like they were up 10. Like, move the football. Be urgent, especially when you know that Tennessee is going to be content to just run. They're not going to give you a stupid, like, incomplete pass, or they're not going to let you sack them. They're just going to run it to Derrick Henry all the time. So I was pretty disgusted about that. I was pretty annoyed about that. Just the whole lack of urgency from the Green Bay Packers. And ultimately, when there's so many things to look at about who screwed up where, who did what wrong, is it on Rodgers? Is it on Joe Barry? Is it on the defense? To me, it's on Matt LaFleur, man. It's on Matt LaFleur. He's the coach of this team. And I don't think that you can, let Joe Barry come up with a game plan and say, all right, I'll see you out there on Thursday. You got to be in his ear. You got to be on his ass. You tell him what you want to do. You got to be all over the place. You are the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And you've won 13 games 3 straight years. And you're out there running around like you don't know what you're doing. You're coaching scared. You're coaching timid. Something's spooking him. He's afraid to. It's just not. This is not a good year. This is a pitiful year. And so he'll get the benefit of the doubt. And I think Joe Barry, they're not going to fire Joe Barry tomorrow. A lot of people, I mean, would it call for an in-season firing? Maybe. I mean, the Colts fired Frank Reich and hired Jeff Saturday. Could the Packers do something crazy? They don't seem to do that. But then even if they fire Joe Barry, who are you going to hire? Matt LaFleur's bungled all these hires. Nobody's good that he hires. Nobody's good. We'll look at YouTube here. StreamYard link is open. We'll have voicemail set up throughout the weekend when we come back on Monday. 402-915-BART. You can call 402-915-BART. The number on the YouTube screen is for Golden Chicken. 24-hour catering. I would have planned in advance and had them cater an entire meal after this game with how bad they were. 414-427-5500. Golden Chicken in Hales Corners. And we'll throw some picks your way a little bit later in the show. This is the Bart Winkler Show. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back. And we're right back. All right, I had to do that for the podcast. On YouTube, we're just rolling. Q's jumping in on the stream. Q, good to see you again, buddy.
Dude, whose season was on the line tonight? There was zero urgency.
Yeah.
It's honestly, part of me is very happy we lost because now I can stop caring about this team for the rest of the season.
I'm furious. I got a podcast that the best numbers that I do are after Packer games. Obviously, it's the way it's always been.
Yeah,
I need numbers. I don't know. I can't be starting a podcast in a year where they're 4-7. Q. That ain't gonna be. It's gonna be a real meek Christmas at the Winkler house because the Packers lost this game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, maybe you can get some discount golden chicken. I don't know.
Oh, I'm going in there this weekend and I'm saying, please, can you spare some barbecue smoked ribs and fries?
Yeah, this will be good for the hardcore gummy sales because we're all going to need them to cure our Packers-induced depression. But
yeah, and while you're at it, why don't you check out my website link and go buy a golf simulator at Carl's place?
Hey, those looked pretty cool. I don't really have room for that at the moment, but maybe I can do an addition or something. But
fun, yeah.
Seriously, so I would give LaFleur a break this year. I would definitely, as you said, probably make this shift at defensive coordinator. But the person that I blame the most is Goody. Like what see, like I don't want to swear, but what the fuck? Like our defense just gave up 27 points to that shitty offense. It does not make sense to me. Ryan Tannehill is not a good quarterback. Why do we make every mediocre quarterback look like they should be in the Pro Bowl or like it does not make sense. So, and we went all in on defense and we just looked terrible. So
well, let me give you Tannehill's this is not like Tannehill, but this is also not what the Titans do. This year he's thrown for, outside of the 2 games he's missed, 266, 117, 264, 137, 181, 132, 255, and 333. And these games that he's throwing 130, 180, they win those games. They win these games in this 27-17, 21-17, 24-17. That's what the Titans do. But they never need Tannehill to be that guy. The Packers' game plan seemed to be stop Derrick Henry, which, I mean, you held him onto 100 yards and his run per carry was only 3, but then the guy threw a touchdown on you, so he was still effective, and he drained the clock. And so the Packers' game plan was make Ryan Tannehill beat us. And when you have a defense that's like, none of these guys seem to be on the same page. I don't know who's running where and why. This was not the game plan for this defense with this coordinator. I really do think that of the 32 defensive coordinators in the league, only Joe Barry could fuck it up this bad. I don't think there's anybody else that would do this bad with this defense. I really thought we'd be talking about how good this defense is, like legendarily good. I mean, you look at the depth chart, there's so many great names and there's so much great talent, and this is the performance we get out of them. It was awful.
Well, especially like on a short week, like 28% of the traveling teams win on Thursdays. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like so I would fire Barry. Like who cares? The next guy can't do any worse. I don't know. This is tough to deal with as our generation's Packer fandom. Like we're just not used to this, so I feel like a bit of a spoiled brat with this team, but luckily we have the Bucks to fall back on, and we got the Sixers game coming up this weekend. So I don't know. Hopefully we can beat them tomorrow, but I'm a sad Packers fan today, and I honestly I don't have any answers. I've just called to swear at you and YouTube. So thanks for
it's our last gasp, man. I mean, we'll see what happens against the Eagles. We'll all go into that one expecting the worst, but if they win, you beat the Eagles and you go to 5-7. I mean, the Packers, let's say they win next week. Let's say they win, beat the Eagles. You're going to beat the Eagles, you're going to have beaten the Cowboys, you're going to have beaten the Buccaneers. But then you're going to have lost to the Lions and the Jets and the Commanders. And I know the Titans have a winning record, but these are teams that you should be beating. These teams, the talent gap between these teams that are beating the Packers and the Packers is not extensive. And in some cases, it favors the Packers. So what does it come down to? It comes down to coaching. It comes down to execution. And I thought Rodgers had a nice 3 quarters, and then he had those 2 throws that were bad in the 4th quarter. But there's going to be a lot of people that I pin it on before I go Aaron Rodgers on this game. I would probably go LaFleur, Goody, Barry, circle back to LaFleur, double cluck down on LaFleur, Golden Chicken, 414-427-5500. Rodgers is down on the list. I mean, this is a coaching situation. We're seeing that Matt LaFleur can't figure it out. And I think that this is big. This brings big questions over what kind of coach this guy's going to be. Because right now it looks like he rode the Devontae and Rodgers connection for 3 years, and one of them leaves, and now he's screwed.
The what the cluck question of the week to me is who is calling plays on our last 3 and out? Like not before the big defensive stop.
Yeah, they were down 10. They're playing like they're up 10.
Like like oh okay, you're gonna run the ball now. Thank you very much, you fucking moron. Like I don't know. I'm taking advantage of the podcast swearing, but it's just where my head's at. It just doesn't make sense, and I'm sick of defending. Like my friends are texting me. It's like LaFleur is an idiot. I don't believe that he is an idiot. I think that Rodgers.
There's something not right. I mean, I don't think he's an idiot. I think he's coaching like he's timid.
Or is it just Rodgers? Like if it's truly a run pass option on every play, is Rodgers just picking the wrong option, or is he audibling to different play calls? I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's just the most frustrating Packers season that I've been a part of in a long, long time. And hopefully, I really hope we don't beat the Eagles, because then we're all going to get sucked right back into this nonsense. And like, I guess I hope for you, Bart, I hope we beat the Eagles for the podcast's sake. But other than that, like there's like no reason for us to keep this old dog alive. Like it's time to put this dog down.
Yeah.
So, all right, man.
All right, Q. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yep. See ya.
That's Q joining us on the stream tonight. Joined us last night as well. I'll get to your guys' comments. Jim in Chicago's hanging out. Jim, I'll get to you in 60 seconds. Want to remind you, he mentioned the gummies, and it does look like my eyes are glazed over a little bit. I can tell you, I'm on nothing. I didn't take nothing tonight. I almost took one of the mango ones. Those are the THC free ones to like get some energy, because that game was tiring me out. A lot of these games, I was like, man, is this a 4-hour game? It was an hour and a half. These games drag and drag and drag. So I almost took one of those, but I do want to be able to sleep a little bit later. And the nighttime ones, the ones I've been taking from Happy Place Hemp, happyplacehemp.com, have been very effective. The CBD with CBN, check those out. They have the THC O's. They've got the Delta 8s, the Delta 9s. So if you want your eyes to be glazed over, if you want to watch a Packer game and maybe think that the Packers are up 10, you could do it, because the Packers thought they were. Stupid morons. Happyplacehemp.com. Check them out. The promo code is BART, 25% off everything. And you can go there as well. They're in Muskego. Tell them Bart sent you. 25% off. Jim in Chicago with the lava lamp behind him.
Hey, yeah. Haven't fired that up in a couple of years, but, it's all good.
Well, it's fitting. That's a 70s item, and we're back to the 70s tonight, so.
Yeah. I was. Did David Whitehurst play for us this evening? I don't know, because I kind of thought I saw some of his throws.
Yeah, is there I want to get the name. Didn't Jim Zorn play quarterback for us?
Yeah, I think he did for a minute or two.
Is that a name, Jim Zorn? Yeah, he coached.
David Whitehurst, Lynn Dickey. What Lynn Dickey?
Zorn was 85.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's bring back Randy Wright. How about that?
Randy Wright. When did we have Norm Van Brocklin? Did he ever play for us? No, he didn't. Why? Who am I thinking of?
Oh man.
What the fuck? All right, what's up?
Oh man, good Lord. I think it might be time to call, time of death on this season. It was.
Yeah, like I said, everyone's saying it's Twitter funeral tonight. Twitter ain't dead. Elon just tweeted 5 minutes ago, more people have been on Twitter tonight than ever before. This is a Packer funeral, and it's an open casket, and that thing should have been shut because this is disgusting.
Yeah, it was not good. Not good at all. I mean, again, Rodgers was missing some really open throws at various times. I mean, I don't even know where to go with that. And the thing is, with our defense was built assuming that our offense would get leads for us. And that's clearly not happening for us this year. So no, our defense can't hold up, to play from behind. That's not how it's designed nor built. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't even have words, Bart. I don't know. I don't have words tonight,
Jim, you look like you're on the set of a porn film, but like a Packer porn film. So it's like, Midwestern ladies coming in there with those cheese bras being like, oh yeah, there. Hey, let's see your Clinton Dix there go.
Yeah, this was a gift for me. A colleague of mine years ago came back from a garage sale in the Dells with this lamp. He said, I got it for $10 at a garage sale. And
it looks like it's like the lamp from the Christmas Story, but instead of a leg, it's a Packer helmet.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. This is something that everybody should want. This is straight from the 70s. Straight from the 70s.
Well, it looks good, and it looks good on you. So what's next? We got the Eagles. Because this, as I said last week, as they beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I just want to take a step back at 4-6 and see what happens against Tennessee. Well, now what happened was they lost. So what's next? Well, what we're gonna we can think it's over, but that process, the process of, let me pull up the Packers schedule here. And a couple of weeks ago, I was going through it and saying all the other things that you could do. Like you could have gone to the Marquette game tonight. So the Packers schedule, they got the Eagles. Then it's the Bears, and we're all going to watch that game.
Oh, yeah.
Then they have a bye. Then it's Monday night.
Yeah, the Rams.
Then it's Christmas.
It's for that game.
Then it's New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're not going to be. We could say, they're done, but we're still gonna watch all 3 hours. We're still gonna do all 3 hours.
We're not gonna not watch the Packers. That's the thing I think personally that disgusts me. Like I recognize that we're done, right? But I am still gonna put myself through this every Sunday, Monday, whatever it is. So I don't know. It's an addiction. Is that what it is?
But now there's no like. I mean, God, now I'm going to pull up the playoff. But why?
Playoffs?
As I talked with Toby on, I talked with Toby on Thursday's show. I mean, for them to get in, not only do you have to jump now the Falcons and the Commanders, but are the Niners slipping? Are the Cowboys slipping at 6-3? Are the Giants slipping? The only conceivable path, I guess, would be if Seattle melts down. Washington goes nowhere. Atlanta goes nowhere. The Falcons don't recover. This is as done can be.
Yeah.
For the Packers. And now, they're mathematically alive, so they'll still play it out. They'll still do Rodgers. They'll still do everybody. But at what point do we see something different?
You know what, Bart? Here's what we need. Do you remember the clip when Favre was with the Falcons and he was asking Jerry Glanville if he can get into the game? And he said, we have to have 2 plane wrecks and 6 quarterbacks go down and you're in. That's kind of how I feel about the Packers season this year.
All right, Jimmy. Good to see you, bud.
Yeah, as always. Thanks, Bart. I appreciate it.
All right. This is Time to Tank. It's Paul Immig.
I finished the game a couple minutes ago.
Paulie.
What was the point of beating the Cowboys now? What was the point of that?
So you just texted me that. You said, see, now doesn't that Cowboys win feel pointless?
It does, right?
Well, it depends. Like, they were never going to get a top 5 pick. So
that was
if
what
if we're going to argue between pick 9 and pick 16, I don't care.
Okay.
It was nice to get a win. It made me feel good.
Yeah.
Historically, you can always say you beat McCarthy.
Okay.
and it kept you in contention for this. But now, you know, they're 4-7. It gave them an opportunity to win tonight, and they didn't win tonight. And not only did they not win tonight, you know, as I've kind of been saying, I think so first of all, I talk about Rodgers all the time. Rodgers was very good through 3 quarters. The first quarter touchdown, only he does that. All of it. Throw, play, smart.
Yeah.
Missed those plays in the fourth quarter. But then I take you to the last 2 drives. The second one, they're down 10. They have a 3 and out. They're running the football. They're playing like they're up 10. And then that last one, I like that LaFleur called the timeouts.
Yeah,
5 minutes to go.
I was fine
But then you have to execute.
Yeah.
You know you have 5 minutes. You need 2 scores. The other team's probably going to get the ball back. You got to go, and the Packers just weren't going. There was just a lack of urgency all game. The defense was awful. They're trying to stop Derrick Henry. They're like, "Hey, make Ryan Tannehill beat us." And then Ryan Tannehill's like, "Yeah, all right. I mean, I'll throw to these guys that have 4 catches on the season, but they'll carve your shit up." It's terrible. Just terrible.
Yeah. So 6 games left, but it's over now. Like officially 2022, right? There's nothing.
Well, they could run the table, hashtag.
But I mean, you don't.
But yeah, when you look at the playoffs, the teams in front of them, there's no, as Steve Kornacki would say, I just don't see a path forward at the big board for the Packers.
Okay. Yeah, there's not a path forward.
There's no 3 a.m. vote dump coming in. Not for this team.
All right. So who's starting in Philly? Who should start in Philly at quarterback?
Well, Rodgers will start. First
Why?
of all,
Why?
You're not starting Jordan Love in that environment.
It'd be good. He needs the reps. He needs the experience.
By the way, I want to let you know off camera I have Cone Roller in a paper bag. I'll bring him in whenever. But he just gave me a Mike Pereira tongue. Like, did you see that Mike Pereira video?
No.
Mike Pereira didn't know he was on Fox the other day, and the camera's still on him, and he looked at someone on the side, and he went with his tongue. He's like,
Oh, jeez. He went with like the Jordan Poole.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well,
give me 60 with Paul, and I'll bring you in.
And then, yeah, you guys can break it down. We'll talk more next week. But the thing is with the Cowboys win.
Look at this loser at a dartboard, though, Tim Shea.
Oh, hi, Tim.
Really? You're going to call me a loser on the dartboard? Come on.
Let me just get Paul's breakdown. This is a nice moment. And I'll come back to you.
Sorry, you could have not brought me in.
I know. I just wanted to say hi and let the listeners see whoever that is.
This is the owner of the bar I'm at.
No.
What bar?
I'm at Dop's Bar and Grill.
Where's that?
That's Tammy Dop, the owner.
In West Dallas, don't you know?
No, I was just going to call you. I was just going to call you, Tammy, to do a live podcast there.
He wants to do a live podcast.
Hell, I've been asking Tim for 100 years.
Yeah, 500 a show will come down.
Are you going to bring people in to spend at least $1,500?
Yes.
Okay,
Done.
then done.
Okay, we'll be there on next Sunday.
I have a band Sunday. What time is your podcast? Whatever.
Tim, you take care of this, and I'll talk to Paul.
Yep, I will.
Yes.
I'll book it for you. Don't worry.
Paul?
This is way better content than what I can provide you. I like that when you asked people on Twitter earlier today what their favorite part of the Bart Winkler Show podcast has been so far, most of it was like Tim shenanigans. Just Tim.
Cone, would you fly back if I got us to go to Dobbs?
Yeah, I'll be back all of next week. I fly home Saturday and stay through the following Monday. So if it's around then, I'll be there.
Look at this motherfucker. You got the Trader Joe's. Do you only shop at Trader Joe's?
It's just the only place I actually get paper bags. I usually shop at a Kroger.
Oh yeah, Krogs. Well, Paul, did you have an insightful take?
Nope.
Oh. Do you want to stay on and talk to Cone with me?
Sure.
Cone, you have some thoughts? I was nice to Rodgers so far. He had 2 bad throws.
Yeah, I don't think that game is on Rodgers. I was agreeing with you when you were kind of digging in on the floor. I mean, this offense has zero urgency. You could see it.
Something is wrong with LaFleur. He is afraid of something. Something is holding him back. I don't know if it's criticism from Rodgers or if he thinks, I mean, he's not getting fired, so I don't know what the deal is there. There's some sort of insecurity with this guy that is not allowing him to be the best young Matt LaFleur that he can be.
I mean, there's a blueprint spattered over the whole NFL on how to beat Matt LaFleur. And you just need to be physical is the first point. And the second is you used to have to work with him on a staff because Matt LaFleur has no ability to go back and beat his friends. I mean, he's the loser of that friend group. Everybody that is in that group just continually beats up on Matt LaFleur and the Packers.
Mike Vrabel's at the coaches meeting, and they're all like, yeah, I would never tell my guys to fake an injury to slow down the clock. And then Matt LaFleur's like, yeah, good call. And then Matt leaves the table, and then Vrabel goes to everyone else, except on that dumbass, that piece of shit LaFleur.
Seriously, it is embarrassing at this point. I mean, your own best man in your wedding is saying that, we can just punch them in the mouth and they'll fold. I mean, what does that say about your football?
Who's the coach that's most likely got ninth greened at 9? Matt LaFleur.
100%. 100%.
He's a dork.
I saw Shooter McGavin was saying that today, actually, about I think he was saying about the Packer game.
Cohen, do you think Twitter's going to stay alive?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I don't care if it's Elon Musk or not, but anybody who buys a company for $44 billion, you think they're really going to let that just shut down?
On the YouTube here, I got Cone Roller in the bottom right. He's wearing a Trader Joe's bag. I got Tim Shea, who was there. There he is. Now he left the bar. Did you lock down that sale?
Yeah, you're good.
Let's go,
Tim.
Tim.
Where are we going?
I'll tell you later.
Tell me later.
Yes.
Should give us 500?
Possibly.
I mean, we can go to 250.
Tim,
1,500 is a lot of money.
What percent is Tim getting on this deal?
Oh, 0 probably.
No, I paid you.
There's a brokerage fee.
You have. I will give you that.
I pay these guys.
You do.
Bart, yeah. I'm actually curious. Is there going to be a link to the toy drive? I've been talking with some big fans, and we're going to get a big donation together in the name of Bart Winkler and the show.
Well, that you're talking about the WSSP toy drive?
Yep.
Yeah. Sparky's got a link up now.
Oh, so we should just go through Sparky's link?
Well, I'll retweet it too. I'm going to find a day that I can go out there in Oak Creek and do the show with them or something.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Did you like my hilarious fan joke I made earlier? Did you catch that one?
About 96% of the staff being laid off?
Yeah, 75% of Twitter's gone. People think Twitter's dead. 96% of the fans gone. They're still alive.
Amen.
I've rejoined Instagram, if that means anything.
Nobody is. Don't stop. Everyone's like, oh, don't know. So everyone's like, don't know if Twitter's going to happen. Follow me on this and this and this. Like, everyone, like, oh, I got to write down where Trista Crick's going to be tomorrow. Hey, give a fuck.
Cone, I got a question for you. Is that paper bag for the Packers or so that no one sees your face? Like, do you want to show your identity ever or no?
Yeah, once Bart gets 10,000 YouTube subscribers, I'm doing a face reveal.
Okay, well, I'm up to 850.
I mean, I have a picture. I can just post it.
Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Smash that button.
Hit that like and subscribe, 5-star rating, leave a comment.
And yeah, and don't forget, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but there's a place called Golden Chicken that is 24-hour catering. 414-427-5500 in Hales Corners. Jason says, Tim, put a bag on your head too, please.
Tim, the amount of crap you give Aaron Rodgers to then be wearing his jersey, that's a little conflicting to me.
Adam says, good call getting in your car now. Wait until after the stream to drink and drive, Tim.
A, I'm not drunk. B,
That's what they all tell the cops. Yeah, you're not drunk. You can't work a cell phone, which has been available for 30 fucking years.
This is the only jersey I have, okay? Like, can we just all calm down?
Get a love jersey, Tim.
I probably will next year.
Yeah, I just Juice says I just had 2 beers, officer. I promise.
God.
Paul's been in and out. Paul, you there?
Yeah, I'm reading Rogers' comments on the podium right now.
What's he saying?
He said, "I've got to throw the ball better."
No shit.
That was the quote. I got to throw the ball better. And he said, what did he say? Something like, "There's no LaFleur said there's no margin for error," and Rogers said it's not over yet.
Well, that's cute. I mean,
there's your rallying cry. It's not over yet. Last week was we're not dead yet. Now it's not over yet.
Let me show you guys something. This will tell you that it's over.
We're not decomposed yet, is what Rogers said.
You'll see this on YouTube, but actually you can't.
We can't.
Of my background.
We can't. Yeah.
Put your hand behind the phone, Bart. Like, put it out like this. There you go.
No, still nothing.
You need longer.
All right,
fingers.
it's a corner end zone seat, 15 rows up. How much you paying for that?
$60.
Yeah, Toby got it for 40 tonight.
Yeah, they were going for like 40 at one point.
Wow.
But he also said they didn't sit down to the second quarter, so the Milwaukee crowd was good.
Was it really?
Well, it's better
No
than the Green
chance.
Bay crowd. The Milwaukee crowd's like, we drove all this way up here. The drive home's going to be terrible. We might as well have fun. When the Green Bay crowd's like, I got to beat the traffic to go buy Dick's Sporting Goods so I can go to my shitty house and shitty Alloway.
Bill Huber from Sports Illustrated just asked Aaron Rodgers, what was it like to get booed at Lambeau? Rodgers said, interesting.
Why can't he
The
just
fans
answer
had
the
every
question?
right after that first half. That team stunk.
But just remember, was it Alan Lazard gave up on that play?
Hey, can they cut Sammy Watkins now? There's no reason to do 6 more games of this.
Please.
Seriously. It like
Please.
if Randall Cobb is a better option at any point in your
Well, I
career,
figured he'd have a nice game because they were wearing the whites.
On that crossing ball late in the game, did Watkins just stop?
Yep.
I mean, it
Kinda like
didn't seem like
Lazard
a
did
good.
too.
It didn't seem like necessarily a great throw, but it seemed like Watkins like, no, I don't know.
Lazard didn't stop. Aaron overthrew him.
No, different
wasn't bad.
one, Timmy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He said like Lazard. Cone said like Lazard stopped. He didn't stop.
On that last throw, yes, he did.
Hey,
No, he
Tim, is
didn't.
your girlfriend going to be mad that I'm posting hers the social clip tomorrow?
Who?
Donna or Linda or whoever the fuck?
Oh, Tammy? No.
Yeah.
Mrs. Dobbs.
Yeah, this is
Soon to be Mrs. Shea.
Oh, come on, Timmy.
Tim. A couple
your
of
shot.
comments here. Paul Emmig's here. Tim Shea's here. Cone Roller's here. Amos Miller says, I'm over on Truth Social. It's where you can post the actual truth.
You can retruth stuff.
Frank says, how is Savage still on this team? He got burned over and over. He's very bad. Patty says, coaching or lack of is very poor. She's right. Skip to my Lou points out that the Packers do not pass the Bears for most wins all time tonight. I feel like that's more of a thing the Bears fans would care about.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know. They said it on the graphic. Oh, Packers could be the all-time. Like, who cares?
Well,
Bears fans.
They bring it up. They bring it up every freaking game.
I think it's pretty cool.
Mike says that's what they get for wearing the stupid uniforms.
It's just white pants.
What was
Sure.
stupid?
Yeah,
I
but you're
don't
wearing
like
white at
uniforms.
home. You're wearing white at home.
The Cowboys
look
wear
bad.
white at home every time.
Yeah, but we're not the Cowboys. That's a different thing.
We own the Cowboys.
Aaron
It
Rodgers
looks
just
okay
said.
at night. It does look okay at night.
What did Aaron say?
Aaron said, if we play up to our potential, we will win our last 6 games.
That's funny.
He's right, though.
He
No,
is
he's
right.
not.
He's 100% right, Tim.
The Packers are better than Tennessee. They're better than the Jets. They're better than the Giants. They're better than the Commanders. They're better than the Lions. And yet they've beaten
Wait,
they beat none of those teams.
Oh, you meant if they won the previous 6 games, right?
No.
Oh, the next 6.
Well, they're not better than the Eagles, and they're not better than the Vikings.
What about the Dolphins? Are they better than the Dolphins?
No,
Although, can I say, fuck all this Paul Allen love this week?
I knew it'd be pissing you off. I love it.
That's your boy, Paul Allen, PA.
The guy and his painted-on fucking eyebrows.
He's just passionate, Bart. It's better than an announcer that's not a fan.
His best call is still when the Cardinals knocked the Vikings out of the playoffs.
Kami0202 says fire Barry, hire Leroy. Leroy honored at halftime. How about him getting up for a Lambeau leap?
I like it.
That was nice.
Wait. You know he had you saw he had a stool, right?
No, don't ruin the fun, Paul.
No, I'm totally serious. Like I love Leroy.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, he had a stool, but yeah.
I didn't see he had a stool.
Yeah.
He had like a ladder, a stool.
A little step ladder.
Yeah, step ladder.
Oh.
Yeah. But hey, never mind. We can way to get up there, Roy.
Did LaFleur say anything yet, Paul? Do you know?
He was before Rodgers, and he said like essentially like I don't know.
He said
what
it's
happened.
on me. I got to be better.
Well, he said
mistakes.
He started the press conference saying, "I don't know what to say. This isn't what we looked like 4 days ago."
Do you think they were hung over from Saturday or Sunday?
No.
But like, do you think they were like smelling their own a little bit?
Well, I don't know, man. Christian Watson showed up. That dude is. You drinking the Christian Watson Kool-Aid yet?
I am. I spent $60 on him on fantasy, so.
Yeah. I tied my bidding for him, and the other guy got him
in a single season league.
Yeah. Paul and I just made a big trade today.
Dynasty.
Ooh, I made a trade in Dynasty too.
Yeah.
Would
you trade your virginity to that bartender?
No.
Hey-o.
Bart, fuck you.
I hate to say it,
Timmy, I do think you have a chance there, don't you know?
Yeah, there.
I hate to say it, but
Tim, now you're so close to, you got me, Tim, there.
Are you done?
Never done.
Was Matt in the Falls right?
No.
Yeah, of course he was.
He definitely was. Hate to admit it, but got to give him credit. He was right.
Tony would never say he's right.
No, Tony owned up to it. He's one of those guys that, when he throws a
tough. I'm shocked he owned up to it.
Well, when some people throw tough takes out there, they're willing to admit when they're wrong.
I'm not gonna say I'm wrong yet.
There you go.
Couple more comments. Bart, my balls were so hard last week after the Cowboys game. Now they are deflated like a 1980s bike tire.
You forgot Huffy bike tire. Huffy.
Right. Cohen, good to see you, buddy. I'm going to cut you loose.
All right. Bye, Bart.
Always a pleasure.
So, yeah, Roger said he didn't have the same consistent grip tonight that he did.
Oh, so he's blaming his thumb?
Which,
because it's
to me,
cold?
there are 6 games left in the Packers season. Whether it's for the thumb or the record or some combination, there's 6 more games left. Rodgers starts more than 2 of them.
One. No. One.
I'll go with the under. I'll go with he starts 1.
I'm going with
you. Okay. Let's get back to that in a second.
Okay.
Hot take, Jake. Where are you at?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm in the Shell gas station outside of Lambeau Field because I tried to get an Uber, and they were like, you got to walk to the other side of the stadium. So I'm just going to say it. Fuck the Packers. Fuck Lambeau Field. All these people are looking at me right now in this place, but I don't care. My hands are frozen. I just went and sat on, ice beer, so I have, an ass full of ice beer right now in this shitty old stadium that doesn't have chairs because they were too cheap to put chairs in. What are we doing?
Yeah, bleachers gotta go.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's the year 2022. You got a stadium that's going up in Buffalo that they didn't put a roof on, and we're still sitting on freaking ice cold bleachers, man. I'm a millennial. I shouldn't have to deal with this shit.
So where are you going? Where are you going now?
I'm trying to go home.
What are you Ubering to?
Well, so my friend Jeff that I'm with here, he's one of these cool cats that has a Tesla. So we had to charge the Tesla at the Meijer. So now we're trying to get an Uber. So to go from Lambeau to Meijer in an Uber is like $43 right now. Fuck this city. Fuck this town. Fuck this team. Give me Jordan Love. That's all I want. That's so much to ask. Dude, Rodgers played like shit.
He had a good 3 quarters.
I mean,
Hey, how was the crowd tonight, Milwaukee crowd? I heard good things.
it was louder than a typical Lambeau crowd, I feel like. They got into it. Green Bay didn't give them much to get into, but like the interception they got up for, and they love Christian Watson. You can tell that, man. He's already the hometown favorite. I was calling for it. I'm like, why didn't they just keep running the Christian Watson touchdown play? Like, that was working. Why didn't they just keep doing that? It seems simple to me. That's all I'm saying.
It's so easy.
Hey, did you boo going into halftime?
Did I poo going into halftime?
Boo. Did you boo the Packers?
No. I went to their shitty concession stand and I got a burger and fries. And it was hilarious because, number one, you go up and pick out your own food and then you go and check out for it like it's the grocery store.
That's what Buffalo does. That's what Buffalo did.
And then they ask you to leave a tip.
Yeah. All these places want to give you a tip and then you put 0 and you feel like an asshole.
Dude, I want to know how many more years until I go to make my mortgage payment and they ask me to leave a tip. Like,
there's so many more deserving people that like deserve a tip. Like, I know this podcast host at Winks thinks he's got a tip jar on his Twitter page.
Do you really?
Of course.
I'm gonna have to patronage that as soon as I get off.
It's what I use to pay my guys when I overuse them.
But then, so I went and got this burger and fries, right? The burger, meat, and cheese. Like, number one, it's like that fake cheese that they can't legally call cheese. It's like cheese product if you look at the fine print. And then the meat on the sandwich was actually drier than the bun on the burger. It was amazing. I wasn't even mad, right? It was pretty impressive that you could even do that. How is that possible?
Yeah, a lot of these places, like I'm talking about all the places. And I'll have to go back to Pfizer before I throw them under the bus. But Miller Park, for sure, they have just punted concessions.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
it's these people do not care. They'll eat what we give them. They don't care that
like
premium pricing.
At the end of like the elementary school year, they just like raid whatever like Cisco products they have left in the back room, and then they're just like, yeah, well, that'll be our concession.
Yeah, I mean, from a fucking Chartwell's.
I probably would have taken it, but I do have this delicious coffee thing from the gas station. Said it was brutal walking from the Lambeau Field to the gas station. It's cold, man. Fuck this.
All right, Jake. Well, get back to your Tesla.
All right, thanks, brother.
Good to see you, Jake. I got Paul Emick here. I may or may not have Tim Shea. I do have Tony in Texas.
Hey, Bart. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, you bad man?
You know, it's my morale is at an all-time low with the Packers.
So was Matt in the Falls right is the big question.
Well, he's right now. I agree with what he's got to say about losing these games, and we're not a good team. I've said for a while that the margin to win in the NFL, it's such a small margin, and the Packers are kind of teetering between being a top 5 draft pick team or a potential 7 seed. And we saw what happened in 2010, right? We caught lightning in a bottle. That team in 2010 lost to the Redskins at home, lost to the Dolphins at home. They were 10-6. They didn't make the playoffs to the last day against the Bears, if you remember that game. So that was not that great of a regular season team. So I was hoping maybe we'd catch lightning in a bottle. It's not going to happen this year. So yes, Matt from the Falls, he is a jackass, but he's right. They need to start
like if you hit the reset button on the season and start it over, I mean, you're not always 4-7. And I think, again, I say this from Grant Bills all the time over at WKTY and the Wisco Sports Show. He said if Christian Watson doesn't drop that pass in week 1, maybe there's a different season here. If different breaks go different ways, this could be a 7-4 team or a 6-5 team or 5-6, whatever. I don't think they're this bad, but the coaching has been dreadful. Rodgers has been not great, but better these last 2 games. He had 7 good quarters, maybe. The fourth quarter tonight wasn't good. But it's not. I think that's what's so frustrating about this team is they're not as bad as this. Like, they're not a 4-7 football team. The 4-7 football team is the Denver Broncos, is the Pittsburgh Steelers, is the Carolina Panthers, is the New Orleans Saints, is the Chicago Bears. The Packers are not that, but they have played like that.
They have. And what Bill Parcells way back when says you are what your record is. And that's what they are. They're 4-7. And what about the accountability of the players? You want to rip on Joe Barry all you want, but Jair Alexander, he hasn't earned that contract. He's been awful.
He's not that good. Tony, he's not been awful.
Well, third downs he's allergic to.
I don't know who's telling him to play 12 yards off on a 3rd and 3.
Who is that?
Who's what?
Who's talking there?
That's Paul Imig.
Paul, hey, Paul, is he playing like Darrell Revis?
No, he's not. He's not playing like the top corner in the league. Definitely not.
He's been a disappointment.
Relative to his contract, he has not performed like the top corner in the league. Yes, but he hasn't been terrible.
He's been a disappointment. Other guys have been also. Rasul Douglas has been.
Yep.
Adrian Amos, I think, has fallen off a cliff. He's not any good anymore. Savage has always been a below-average player. This defense, we rip on Joe Barry, and I'm wondering maybe the personnel just isn't good.
No, but here's the honest question. I don't think we know the answer to it, but there are plays like the one again tonight where the corners are playing 10 to 12 yards off on short yardage passing downs.
I don't get it either.
So is that Barry, or is Barry giving the guys the opportunity to do what they want? Like, is Rasul and Jair, are they making the decision to play that far off? Or is that the coverage being called by Joe Barry? I would suspect the answer that it's the defensive coordinator instructing it to be played that way. And if that's the case, like, I don't know.
If you're the coach, you can't just go like this is what the Raiders are doing right now. They're basically telling their 11 defenders just go out there and play.
Well, yeah.
Then why do you even have a defensive coordinator? Why do you have position coaches?
Well, this would be my half joke, half serious comment. If the Colts can hire Jeff Saturday out of nowhere, the Packers should just let Leroy be their DC the rest of the season.
Well, at least he'd pump the guys up and okay, let's say Leroy would be insulted at a game like this.
Yeah.
And most humans would.
Yep.
But Joe Barry doesn't seem to care. Like, how is Matt LaFleur? How does he allow this to happen? How does he allow these 3-and-outs to happen? How does he allow 3 straight possessions without a first down? How does he? What is he doing? It is so perplexing to me the way that LaFleur talks, and it's like me and my unemployment list. I say, yeah, I've got work actions. What am I doing next week? I'm totally hunting for a job. And then what am I doing at Tuesday from 10 to 3 in the afternoon? I'm saying one thing and I'm doing another.
Well, I like that analogy, and I think it's because he has not been through adversity until this year. I mean, the guy's had 3 years of success, the best success ever for a new coach, and now he does not know how to handle this roadblock. What's going on here this year? And they haven't powered through it. They're not making their offense is so discombobulated. It's just a mess. And then I think Rodgers has been pretty decent. He missed some throws today, but what is the problem? I thought the offensive line was solid. I don't know you can't pinpoint one thing or another. It's all over the map.
Everyone's bad. Again, if you play this thing, start from scratch, it doesn't always go this way, but everyone's just playing bad.
Yeah, it's really just a shame. It's a shame, really. We've been so good for so long, and I didn't see this coming. I thought they would still be pretty good this year.
Got a couple of comments coming in. XXX69.biz says new adult date chatting free.
Hey, Tim.
Can you get me the number for that, please?
Tim, are you at McGuire's now?
Good call. Yes. You know.
And who else is there?
Take a guess.
Your shadow.
Correct. Actually, no. There are two other people here. Oh, sorry.
Oh, they know you.
I just got yelled at. No, they don't.
They called you Tim.
No, they didn't.
So you just put a video on strangers and they yelled at you?
Hey, Timmy, go interview them with a fork.
You fucking dork.
Hey, that was the top 5 Bart Winkler.
Hey, in all seriousness, Tim, will you go interview them with a fork?
No.
Yeah.
Nope. I just got
only
yelled.
the fork. Only in tonight's case, the fork is your wang.
Tim, has anyone told you to stick that fork up your ass?
Yes. The third person. God, I hate you.
All right, Tony.
Bart. I hate you, Bart.
All right.
Good to see you,
Hey, talk to you guys later. Bye.
Tony. Texas. Hey, I got to go through my golden chicken picks of the week. If you want to do that with me, you want to do that with me?
Don't you do that with Horvath?
Oh, well, this is the Friday show. Horvath was sick.
Oh no, you didn't do your picks?
No, I might do them
okay.
in both.
Horvath sick
I don't know what I'm
picks.
going to do yet.
What am I supposed to listen to on podcast on Saturday while I clean the house?
We might do a bonus podcast. I'm also very excited about Monday's show. Since there's no Packers, Monday's show is just going to be a rolling stream of consciousness of the weekend. So I'll come out. It'll start with Bucks, and then we'll have some Badgers, and then we'll have
Full gear
Qatar.
breakdown.
We'll have Qatar versus Ecuador, and Qatar's like bribing Ecuador to lose, so be aware of that. And then we'll have Sunday thoughts. So yeah.
What are the big games on Sunday?
Oh, first of all,
Cowboys,
back
Vikings.
15 minutes ago.
Ooh.
What was your again?
Oh
Oh,
yeah. What was it?
yeah. Do that.
You said over under
was-
Rodgers starts.
Oh,
2?
okay. I said
Rodgers starting. Yeah.
There's 6
Was that
games left.
home?
Rodgers will start more than 2 of the final 6 games. Or
Absolutely.
No. Once they lose next week, Jordan Love will start against the Chicago Bears.
Fuck that. Rodgers ain't gonna not
Guarantee
start
it.
against the Bears.
Now listen, Roger. What did Roger say tonight? He said, "I did not have a consistent grip on the ball like I did previously." That is a one way of saying my thumb couldn't grip the ball.
Oh, so you
He's-
think
I'm
he's
telling you,
talking at work on a Wednesday?
I'm telling you that he's setting the stage
He
so that
is.
when they
they
don't
lose.
play him in weeks, yes, after the Philly game, if they lose, he's going to shut it down because he can't get a consistent grip on the ball. So will Rodgers play more than 2 of the final 6? More than 2, meaning it has to be 3, 4, 5, or 6 of the 6. No.
Yeah,
Nope,
well,
I'm
Eagles
with
for
you.
sure. And he's not going to not play against the Bears. So then what you're saying is there's a potential for like an IR or the thumb thing, and then that's Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, Lions. Okay.
Yes,
and then,
I'm saying as a result of going on IR, this is nothing more than a guess, but
well,
he
so
will-
then
he-
yeah,
he will
if
he
the
will
most
finish.
likely spot for him to go on IR is week 14 on the bye. Well, then that's 2 and 4.
Which means because he has to play more than 2 of the final 6.
Very interesting.
I like that. Good one. I do.
Thank you.
A couple of comments I want to read first. Adam says put Rodgers on IR.
It's going to it's not a matter of if, it's when.
Matt wants to know how many times Horvath's been sick in this calendar year.
He has been sick a lot. Is he okay?
When I left Odyssey, I had 438 hours of sick days.
Did you get paid? Did you get paid for those? Or no?
That would be fucking sweet if I did.
Did you really not? They really didn't pay him out?
No, within the last year at Odyssey, they were like, I tried to take vacation. They're like, you don't have to take a vacation day. You don't have vacation. It's like, I don't have vacation. And they're like, oh, no, wait, you have unlimited vacation.
Oh, that's how they got you? Okay.
Yeah. Which
Well,
I
hey,
think
maybe
I abused.
maybe they will restore them to your bank after Sparky rehires you.
Yeah. Test user wants to know if Tim can do another breaking and entering. Well, there's nobody at McGuire's, so he pretty much did. Tommy wants to know when I'm broadcasting from the toy drive. To be determined. I got to look at I'm doing some things for the World Cup that I haven't announced yet.
When are you making that announcement?
Probably Monday.
Okay.
What
But
else?
now you've teased it.
Well, yeah,
Hey, people listening, if you harass Bart enough about this, he will cave and tell you.
John wants to know, why does no one blame the coaches? 100% this is on LaFleur tonight. 100%.
And also, I would say anytime the defense is bad, which it was again, that also goes on LaFleur because he hired Joe Barry.
Yeah, he can't hire.
Joe Barry needs to go, I think. That'll be the big
Joe
move
Barry
this offseason.
is a very, very, very far below average defensive coordinator. And this is not a surprise. He was bad with Washington. He was bad with Detroit.
I'm not saying he's the worst in the league, but I'll double down on no one could do worse with this unit.
Like I said, and this isn't meant as an insult. It's meant as a compliment. Hire Leroy Butler. If Jeff Saturday can do it with Indy, Leroy can be the DC. Just tell the guys to go play, and they'll do better than the nonsense that Joe Barry has these guys try.
Zach says, I'd like to humbly apologize. Humbly's not a word. I'd like to humbly apologize to Matt in the Falls. Dude was absolutely right on Sunday.
Humbly? You're saying humbly is... I humbly apologize.
I said humbly.
Oh, you just said it, and I see what you're saying. Like athlete.
Yeah. This guy is Jesus Christ, and his icon is the Bible. He says, I'm not real, and I was dark-skinned. What?
Really?
Well, where Jesus was born, it was...
Go ahead.
Everybody around that time was... He says Rodgers took... Not the not real part. I went too far. Rodgers took a massive contract, which is the reason Devontae is not longer here. Jesus, you don't know grammar. Packers stink thanks to Rodgers' greedy behind. He wouldn't say ass. That's Jesus for you. Garrett's talking about Lambeau. Nothing worse than when one person takes up 3 seats. Q says, can we auction Tim Shea's virginity to benefit the toy drive?
Guys.
I will
Everyone looked at me when I said that.
When you said what?
I said nothing. I muted it.
All right. We'll just do rapid fire picks with me.
Yeah.
All right. Picks are brought to you by Golden Chicken. Golden Chicken and Hill's Corners, as all Friday shows are brought to you by 414-427-5500. 414-5555 is a number that will get you nothing. You want to dial 414-427-5500. All right. I got the Falcons hosting the Bears. Falcons are a 3-point favorite. I'm going to take the Bears on the road.
Yeah, Bears on the road. Okay. So what would we say? 3.5? What was it?
3-point favorite.
3 points. So neutral site. Yeah. Okay. You know what? My new acquisition in our Dynasty League, Drake London's going to go off. Falcons win. I'll go Falcons.
I like Fields on the turf. Tim?
My real answer would be the Bears.
I like the Falcons.
All right. Next, we have the Bills hosting the Browns. Now, the over-under was 43. It is now at Ford Field. It's back to 49.5.
Yeah, I'll take the over for sure.
Bills are 8-point favorites. This game is in Detroit, which sucks because it'd be a great snow game. I understand, You don't want EMS and people. I was just in Buffalo. It's so hard to get there. There's going to be accidents. There's going to be disaster, and there's going to be 9,000 feet of snow. So moving, it's probably the right call for everybody involved. But for me, sitting here, I would like to watch a game in the snow, but we're not going to get that. Buffalo's an 8-point favorite. I'm not going to take them to cover, but I'll take them to win.
Buffalo plays the Lions in Detroit 4 days later, don't they?
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Are they going to go back?
No.
Is that right? They're staying there?
I don't know. I made that up. I'm pretty sure, though.
I would assume.
I think that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to stay there. By the way, I would absolutely love to go to a neutral field random team game. That would be really fun.
I drove from La Crosse to Milwaukee for Angels Indians at Miller Park. I drove 3 hours for that. There was a long line. There were $10 tickets. I didn't get into the fourth inning, and I drove back in a snowstorm.
What? In what month?
April.
April.
That game was on my birthday.
Yeah.
When's your birthday, Tim?
I worked it. April 10th. I worked that game.
WTMJ calls for 18 inches. They haven't hired me yet.
Wow, you're just full of them tonight. Jesus.
That one I regret, but I said it.
So what was the game? The Bills.
Give me the Bills.
Bills are 8-point favorites. I'm taking the Browns to cover.
No, Bills are going to win this one. This one's for Buffalo.
Yeah, I'll go with Buffalo. It's a big number, but wait. Deshaun Watson's practicing now, but not playing yet. Is that right? Or is he playing?
He can't play till week 13.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing.
Okay,
yeah.
Practicing but not playing. Okay, I'll take Buffalo.
The Colts host the Eagles. Eagles are a 7-point favorite on the road. I am going to take the Eagles to bounce back and end the Jeff Saturday thing.
Oh, 7. You said it's in Indy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which just means the Eagles' speed is better off. It's turf.
Yeah, I thought that too, actually. I'll go Philly with the 7.
Philly, all the way.
Patriots are hosting the Jets. Patriots are 3.5-point favorites. Patriots always beat the Jets, so I will make this my double cluck of the week. I'll take the Patriots by 7. Officially, they're 3.5-point favorite. Double cluck of the week.
Wait, so not only do you think that that's the correct pick, but you're like confident in it?
That's a double cluck of the week, Paul.
Well, I think it's a terrible double cluck of the week.
Well, then cluck off.
Do you have a triple cluck?
I don't know. I kind of just do it as we go.
No, I know you do. It's very obvious listening to it. I'm gonna go against that, and I'm gonna go with the triple mini taco Horvat mini tacos pick of the week, and go with the Jets.
I agree. Jets win the game.
Can I just pause to say that it's kind of sinking in now? I'm just really disappointed about the Packers. It's like, really, this sucks. This is the Packers, man. Aaron Rodgers. We're not supposed to do this shit with him. This is supposed to happen after him.
You're more disappointed than mad. Mm-hmm or mm-mm.
I don't know. Disappointed, mad. The right word is
disappointed.
Just annoyed. I'm annoyed.
Yeah, annoyed. That might even.
You're
be
annoyed
better.
because everyone picked this team to go to the goddamn Super Bowl. So,
yeah. All right. Saints host the Rams. Saints are a 3-point favorite. Matt Stafford's starting.
Oh, he is? Okay.
I'm going to take the Rams.
Yeah, they have to.
I know they lost Cup, but I'm going to take the Rams.
It's Van Jefferson weekend. I'll go with the Rams.
Are we going to end my...
But if Ryan Horvat was here, he would tell you how he put a lot of money on the Saints. The Saints always let him down. Never trust the Saints again. So I'll carry that through, and you're not allowed to take the Saints because Horvat wouldn't allow it.
Tim?
I think he already took the Saints. Is he frozen or he's just staring at us?
Sorry, the Saints. I'm going the Saints. Saints.
Couple of comments coming in. Tommy's back. He says double cluck Joe Barry. Zach says if they would have won the fucking Super Bowl last year like they should have, this season wouldn't sting as much. Everything's better if they win a Super Bowl in the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah. It's all great.
Oh, here's one. Test user wants me to reach back into my TV days and correct your guys' camera angles. 1, whatever. 2, somebody sent me a ring light today.
Really?
Yeah.
Like for free?
I got a package from Amazon labeled to me. I never send things to me because my wife has Prime, so I use her account. So I only send them to me if it's a gift for her and I don't want her to see on my account, which I don't have Prime. So I got this ring light and I'm in a Christmas exchange with her family, the siblings. And I said, which of your dumb siblings sent this to me? Because we have a Christmas list. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I don't think I put a ring light on there. I did put a green screen on there, but I don't think I put a ring light on there. And I tried the QR code and all that. I don't know who sent it to me. Someone sent me a ring light with my address. Sent it to me.
Well, you're welcome.
I'm not using it now because I don't want to use it until I know who sent it.
I was gonna say, why aren't you using it?
Well, first of all, I don't know who sent it to me.
Do you have an idea at all?
No.
Who knows your home address, though?
Yeah.
Far too many people.
Really?
Well, I used to sell drugs on the porch, and thankfully I got
Do you think it could have been someone that you used to work with recently, or no?
I think it was your family-in-law.
All right, a couple more. Oh, by the way, I just got sent Alan Lazard and Jair Alexander cuts if you want to hear them.
Pass.
Someone sending you cuts?
Yeah. Some
All
kid
year.
named Alex.
All
Some
year.
kid named Alex I never met.
That's awesome.
All right. The Ravens are 13-point favorites against the Panthers. I am at the point now in this NFL season where if it's double digits, I take the underdog.
Yeah.
But I just talked myself into the Ravens beating Baker Mayfield. Although Baker's played the Ravens before, I'm taking the Panthers to cover the 13. I'll go back to that.
Why is Baker starting?
Because they don't know what they're doing in Carolina.
Where's the game?
Baltimore.
Give me Baltimore.
No, 13's too much.
Give me Baltimore.
Carolina.
Okay.
The Texans are 3-point dogs hosting the Commanders. I will take the Commanders to keep it rolling.
Yeah.
They announced that Taylor Heineke was going to start as if that was a surprise. Why would you not start him? You're going to go back to Carson Wentz after this?
The answer is you have to at least announce it because guys aren't supposed to lose jobs due to injury. So that's why they announced it. But yes,
well, I'm taking the Commanders.
Of course, Taylor Heineke should start. And yes, the momentum will continue. I'll take the Commanders.
Doesn't this feel like the last segment of the huddle, Paul?
It kind of does. Minus the food in front of me.
Yeah. Tim?
Commanders.
All right. The Broncos are hosting the Raiders. Broncos are 2.5-point favorites at home.
Oh,
Raiders are a disaster. I'm gonna take the Broncos.
Hey, I was listening to the McAfee pod today. And they played audio from Denver where a former player and a host, he had a source in the Broncos locker room who said that Russell Wilson in Denver is making checks at the line of scrimmage from the Seahawks. So he's saying the wrong stuff. He's saying Seahawks checks at the line of scrimmage and audibles that his Broncos teammates obviously don't know because Russ is calling Seattle stuff.
Oh, I'd buy that.
Yeah.
Russell's he's a trained robot. You can't put a new chip in him.
So that's a real. I mean, it's take it for what it's worth. It's a former player having a source in the locker room, but
John doesn't like that I took Denver. Okay, I'll take the Raiders. Corey says, remember when Rodgers was worked up because Jair said if they lost the next week, the Pack would be in trouble. Then they lost 4 of the next 5. Q wants to know if anyone watched the LeBron show on Thursday Night Football. Were you guys aware of this?
I was wondering the same thing. Yeah, I was aware of it.
I turned it on at the very, 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 very beginning, and LeBron goes, one thing I just realized is that the Packers are their owners. Their owners are their fans. So if they wanted to move, every fan would have to agree to move. I was like, well, I ain't watching this shit no more.
They were promoting that like every commercial break.
Anyway, I'm going to take, because of John, I'm going to take the Raiders.
That game ends in a
I'll
tie.
take the Raiders. I will not pick Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Mr. Unlimited.
The Vikings are at home. The Cowboys are a 1.5-point favorite. I am going to take Dallas.
This is in Minnesota.
Vikings.
In Minnesota.
Yep.
I don't think Dallas will lose 2 in a row.
Yeah.
I just, coming off of a bye and then losing to the Packers and the Vikings on the road, I don't see that happening.
Vikings have had a lot of, not just that Bills game, but and they're good. They're good. They're 8-1. Good for them. But they're not going to win all these games, and one of these games they'll lose.
Vikings will win in a miracle way again. Vikings.
Yeah, I'll go with Dallas. I don't think they'll come off a bye and lose 2 in a row to 2 teams that McCarthy used to see twice a year. Well, coach the Packers all the time, but then face the Vikings twice a year. I don't think that'll happen. I think they'll win.
Steelers are facing the Bengals. The Steelers are at home. They're a 4-point dog. The Bengals are 4-point favorites. Buck, bagak, buck, bagak, buck, but triple cluck of the week. Bengals by 12. Golden Chicken, 414-427-5500.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
GoldenChickenHC.com. Joe Burrow, 1, 2, 3, 4 tutties. Mixon had 4 a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It's Burrow's turn.
That would be nice. Joe Burrow's my quarterback.
Did the Bengals, are they coming off a bye, or was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
they are. Yep.
They are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they will win by a substantial margin.
Chargers and Chiefs. Chargers at home. Chiefs 5-point favorite on the road. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I got both. I play Paul. I got 3 tutties from them. And we going, son. Give me the Chiefs plus minus the 5.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Yep.
I'm going to disagree. Give me the Chargers with their backs up against the wall.
It's in LA?
Yeah.
But it'll be 70% Chiefs fans?
Correct.
Bart, it goes to your theory that the Chiefs have 15 home games a year.
They do. The Niners and the Cardinals. Estadio Azteca, Mexico City, 105,000 capacity. I don't know if they'll have the giant fences still up that they always do for soccer games. The Niners are an 8-point favorite on a neutral site.
Wow.
I think that's too high. I'll take the Cardinals to cover.
Kyler is
playing, I think.
He is playing?
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
What's your new acquisition at wide receiver going to do, Bart?
Oh, I also traded for in a keeper league, Tim, this week I traded for Travis Kelce and DeAndre Hopkins.
What did you give up?
The future.
Your picks?
He gave up a first-round pick in next year, the 2023 draft, and then Drake London, who was the third overall.
I traded Hopkins and my third-round pick this year for a first-round pick this year and a second-round pick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's a good deal. Bart, you said this is in Mexico City?
Yeah.
I was listening to something the other day that said, like when the NBA expands into the next 2 markets to get up to 32, which they will, there's been this assumption that it's going to be Vegas and Seattle. there's a lot of hype that one of the two will actually be Mexico City. That there's,
I don't know.
I mean, this was like Brian Windhorst and Chris Haynes, like two of the biggest shooters in NBA media.
Hey, wait, it's McGuire's. What's up?
Another bar owner.
Hey, 500. We got to beat $500, Bart. Just keep upping the bidding.
And he's gone.
They got to pay me $5,000 to go to that shithole.
Can I ask you a Badger question real quick?
No.
That's the show for tonight. What?
No. Wow. Okay, fine.
Well, what?
If they lose this week, so is Jimmy Leonard is
well, they got to be bowl eligible, don't they?
Well, yes. So Jimmy Leonard is most likely the coach. Do they have to win this week and next week for him to get the job, or do you think he safely has it, no matter what happens? Win or lose against Minnesota and lose against Nebraska.
He's probably got to win them both, doesn't he?
What if he goes 1-1, loses to Nebraska and beats Minnesota?
You can't lose in Nebraska and get a job.
Right?
But who are they going to hire instead?
John Gruden.
No, they're not going to hire John Gruden, all right? Lord, I was stupid when I said that.
That was stupid when he said that.
I don't know who they're going to hire. Dave Aranda? Does he want to leave Baylor?
No.
Bielema?
He's struggling this year. Bielema.
Do you keep Jim Leonard on the fact that
Braylon Allen?
Yeah.
Or is this a perfect chance for him to leave and he can go be the Packers DC next year after all?
I like that.
Yeah. Well, Corey Banke of Cheesehead TV didn't want a college coach. He wanted Matt LaFleur to pick his own guy, and that worked out.
Well, he picked his third guy or second guy, whatever.
I thought this podcast was for mending fences, not breaking them further.
Oh, I meant offensive with Nagler, but then when I met Corey Banke, he looked at me like,
why?
Yeah, like I was.
Buy my beer and go away.
Yeah. Carry the G. It is good. I wouldn't say it was good if it wasn't good.
All right. I'm leaving.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, goodbye.
So thanks, Tim.
Go Brewers. Hopefully they do something this offseason.
They're dead to me.
They're going to trade Colton Wong to the Seattle Mariners, it sounds like.
Yeah, I saw that.
You did? What?
Are you serious?
I didn't see it.
Really? Yeah, they want to trade Colton Wong to Seattle.
I think it was Jeff. I think Jeff
I love Nagler, to answer John's question.
I think Jeff Passan had Colton Wong to the Mariners as like a likely outcome. And by the way, Jay Crowder, will he be a Buck by the weekend? Sounds like he will be.
I don't believe any single one of those reports. Any of them.
Okay. I mean, it's one thing to not trust Craigery because it's a parody account, but there's some legitimate reporting out there.
No, I'm so confident he won't. I just bought a Grayson Allen jersey during this podcast. I actually did buy one. I was looking. You thought I was looking at boots? I was buying a Grayson Allen jersey for my wife.
Goodbye.
You might want to get it in. You might want to get it in Rockets red because that's where he'll be.
No.
3-way trade: Phoenix, Houston, and the Bucks. Crowder coming to Milwaukee.
All right, Tim. Thank you. Paul, it's nice to talk to you so late at night.
Yeah, this is way past my bedtime.
Yeah, well, I do appreciate it.
I was just going to listen in, and then you roped me in, and I stayed. You're welcome.
Well, I don't know what my schedule is next week with and everything.
Oh, yeah, because you have this whole thing about that you're not telling people about.
Well, you're just going to see me at bars.
Doing what?
Drinking.
Why? On behalf of what? For what reason?
Crippling alcoholism.
It's not funny.
I laughing? Why are we laughing?
Because you presented it as a joke.
And that's how I mask the pain.
You've got the Perd Hapley thing down. It had the cadence of a joke.
All right, Paul. Good to see you.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night, Paul Emick. And thank you for all of you guys that have been on here. This was fun. I like doing these. I like that people are jumping on. I know it's late when we recorded this on Thursday. We're close to midnight. But you guys have been keeping the dream alive. I really do appreciate it. I can't say it enough. Monday we'll be back with a nice show. I don't know really what we're going to do on it, but we'll see. All right. Go Pack Go. They suck. Love you.